Let's go to our panel of the day. Sarah Sparks, Sparks Consulting, and Tim Wilson, Maxim Institute Chief Executive. Good morning to you both.
Morning. Good morning.
And can I say how spectacular you both look this morning in your own special, unique ways.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Flattery will get you everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But we were just talking, this is actually a planned bit, because you both said you're wearing sustainable options, sustainable
Yes.
clothing.
Yes.
So op shop or second hand,
Yes.
or, yeah, right. And same with you, mostly what you're wearing too, Tim.
Yeah. Never pay retail. It's always better in the second-hand store.
Isn't that
Just make sure it
interesting?
fits.
All right. I, of course, recommend that you only buy suits from Rembrandt. Now, Tim, what about the Met Gala? What about what they were wearing?
Yeah, look, I was actually, there's the clothes, but I was actually drawn to the faces of the people wearing the clothes as they were being photographed. And I was quite moved by the sense of existential anguish, joylessness, and a lack of exuberance. It's like all of these people crying for attention, and they're getting the attention, but it's not making them happy. So my advice is cheer up, guys, go to the op shop, don't pay retail.
But that's because they're doing their hot face look. Well, look, she's winking.
Is that a hot face?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, but they're not. I think the idea is that they sort of do a model face,
Right.
for the they're doing it for the photos.
As in repose.
Yeah, pose.
Yeah.
Your blue steel or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
Can't a pose be joyful?
Well, yes, it can actually, Tim. You're quite right.
Isn't joy hotter than misery?
Yes. Yeah. Unless you're on a billboard. Unless you're on a billboard. Yeah, I can see how. Anyway, what do you think, Sarah?
Of the Met.
Met.
I thought it was all about exposure and not good. I thought you've got to keep your bits and bobs, hold them in. Please don't show us all. I mean, I thought the Kardashians, dare I say it, that they were just, they'd made a boob, so to speak. But Blake Lively was my fave.
Okay.
She channeled the Venetian goddess in, I think it was like vintage Versace. She looked just divine.
Fantastic. So you're basically saying cover up, girls.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Conservative a little bit.
Well, just tasteful, right?
Okay.
Less is more.
All right. Now, St John Ambulance, speaking of less is more, they've been asked to do a lot more. St John Ambulance staff will be forced to do more cleaning work if the organisation pushes ahead with plans to cut costs at its stations. This is according to National Secretary Mark Quinn. Said the workload for ambulance staff had increased about 10% every year since COVID, and now there's an expectation for them to clean the stations as well. Tim?
Yeah, look, it's a question of capacity, isn't it? Because I actually looked into the firemen's page, and firemen have to clean the fire stations. That's part of it, but that's not the same as ambulance workers. And actually, in terms of the demand for that was actually at the highest last year. And there's been a 30% increase in demand for ambulances over the past 5 years. So the question here is more widely, how much do we value ambulance services and how are they being funded? And I think there's actually a very strong argument for them being fully funded. And while we're at it, can we fully fund palliative care? Probably another argument.
Yeah. No. So, good point. Who's busier, a fireman or a fire person or an ambulance officer? I would hazard a guess that the ambulance is busier, but I don't actually know that. That's just my feeling. Sarah, what do you reckon?
Well, you've got police that are fully funded. You've got firemen, the fire service fully funded. Why isn't our ambulance service fully funded? When you look at the spike, you look at it's an essential service, yet it's getting treated like a charity. So, it's a no-brainer for me.
All right. Should pet cats be allowed to roam? Is it immoral to make them stay inside? This is the argument that you put cages around houses, which I think they do in Australia. This is to save our native birds, all that kind of good stuff. Sarah, are you a cat person?
I am, and I've got a cat, Kutang, who's a lovely Burman, 11 years old, and he's an indoor cat.
So you don't let him out?
He hasn't eaten any native birds. How many has he eaten?
Well, I do take him on a lead.
Does he tell you?
I take him on a lead down to Albert Park.
Right.
Oh, you're a lead lady.
Well, onto the grass.
Do
Because he
you
used
get
to be-
judged for having a cat on a leash?
No,
Because
'cause
when I
he's a
put the kids on
furry.
a leash, I get really judged.
Same when I put my husband on one. But back to the cat.
Yes.
So you literally on a leash down to the park
Yes.
to go for a wheeze and a poos and whatnot.
Yeah, and just to feel the grass under his paws.
Get out of the
Otherwise
house.
Yeah, get out of the house,
Yeah.
get fresh air. I mean, that's what we do.
Is he? Yeah. Okay. Is he happy?
He is so happy, and
Right.
I tell you what, I take him to the vet once a year to get his vaccination, and he's just in mint condition.
Okay.
There we go.
He's a very happy boy.
So cats, because cats are apex predators. In my mind, they want to be out there hunting and doing
There is that, and it's one of the laws of nature is that creatures kill other creatures. I wonder though about the native birds, whether how much feral cats are the issue, and we're sort of moving it in terms of, like, I've seen a lot of tabbies who are so tubby that they could not,
tabby.
much less jump over a fence.
because they're
Yeah.
filled with tuis.
Yeah.
No, I think you're
they're
right.
filled with something else.
Yeah, I think it's probably more the feral ones than the domesticated ones.
So
eh?
shut them down. We're with Gareth Morgan on that.
Now, foreign butter and veggies, how can they be cheaper in New Zealand than New Zealand goods? So US butter, Burtfields & Co. is being sold at Pack and Save supermarkets for $6.99 a block compared to $8.39 for the Pam's product. It'll be a loss leader, I'm assuming, won't it? Tim?
Well, this is a sign of the market working, and isn't it good that ours is more expensive because we sell ours overseas and that brings money back to New Zealand. I understand that butter you're mentioning, it's from America. They've got a dairy glut at the moment. Some of their Chinese sales haven't been working out. So guess what? Cheap butter. I think you'd buy it. I know I would.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah, thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are just thinking strategically, everything in moderation. We don't want a situation of undercutting where we have big players dumping their stuff in New Zealand. So one thing that I'd be interested in is like a national food resiliency strategy, because we've sort of got in silos different policies, but nothing that actually deals with this as part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, interesting stuff. What do you feed your cat?
What do I feed? Wet food and also dry pellets.
Wet food, so you take your food and pour water on it.
No, you get the sachets.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, different brands.
Some of them-
Except I went to the supermarket recently and the brand that I was buying,
Yeah.
it was double the price, $38 for a box.
No
What?
way.
Seriously, I think
Forget
it's to
about
do with the fuel situation.
Double, though.
So I went back to Chef,
That's-
which is like
Okay.
10.
What were you
No,
buying?
go
if not
over
Chef?
cheaper than that. Deep Cove sardines, $1.90 a can, good as gold. And you can eat them as well.
Oh, really? Right.
Or take them down to the local reserve and native birds are plenty.
No, on a leash.
Let them go. All right, good to see you both this morning. Tim Wilson, the Maxim Institute Chief Executive, and Sarah Sparks, Sparks Consulting.